Hey guys, we're down in the barn and today I'm just going to give you a couple of coaching points that I like to use with log press, okay? So I'm aware that loads more people are getting into strongman, it's fantastic, there's more kit than ever before in gyms, but you know, people need to know the correct lifting technique for these logs. I know there's not a lot of information out there, alright? The log is a staple of all strongman events, it's a very popular event, everyone loves seeing, you know, whether it's a world record attempt, log press for reps, classic videos of Kazmaier smashing out the record back in the day, and obviously Big Z holding the world record now. It's a very popular lift that guys want to try in the gym as well when they start out. But the key thing is, it is not a barbell, okay? A barbell, lovely, straight, keep it close to your body, press it nice and easily, the barbell moves where you want it to. With the log, the big difference is you have to move your body around the log, okay? The biggest mistake I see people doing with the log press is that they're not efficient when it comes to the clean and the press. Okay, they're not efficient enough. And you're going to hear that a lot about efficiency, about conserving your energy, about the fluidity of the movement from me. We've got to make lifts as efficient as possible because one, you're going to be more effective at transferring force through the floor, through the log and above your head. And two, you're going to save more energy. So if it's a log press for reps, if you're more efficient, you're using less energy, you're going to do more reps. So most of the time you're going to have a log set up similar to how we've got it done here, okay? It's going to be off on little small blocks for you. It's slightly raised up, so that's so you can get your feet underneath it, which is really important. So the key is to keep yourself as over the log as much as possible. With the clean of the log, there's kind of three key phases, okay? You're effectively going to deadlift the log up, you're going to lap it, and you're going to stand up with it. So the deadlift, you're going to make sure you're over the log. We're going to take a grip right in the middle of the handles, really important. If you want to keep that grip consistent, you're going to keep it in the middle the whole time. You're going to tilt the log away from you, and then when you pick up, you bend down, deadlift it up to the lap, and then squat down deep into it. You should be pulling the log tight into your chest at this point, trying to sit, if you have got a bit of a belly, sit it on their belly. If not, pulling it tight into your sternum as hard as you can. Okay, from there, you're going to explode up from a front squat position, up and punch your elbows through as hard as you can. Okay, that's key. With the log, you have to get your elbows through as hard as you can, okay? The further your elbows go through, the higher the log's going to be on your chest. Okay, so pushing your elbows together and forward gives you a nice solid platform on your shoulders, on your front delts, and your upper chest to be able to press the log. From there, you'll be leaning right back, guys. So this is not one for the faint-hearted. You're going to make sure you'll be looking up to the sky with the log, and what that does is that allows you to keep the log through the center of your mass. Okay, so ideally the center pin of the log is going to be in line with the midpoint of your foot. Hence why I said you've got to move the log around your body. That's hugely important because the log is very unbalanced. You need to create some stability through your body. Once you go to the shoulders, we've got a couple of options. So you've got the strict press, you've got the push press, and you've got the jerk. Most of the guys will go for a push press. It's the easiest one to learn. With a strict press, obviously it's pure shoulder and tricep power, obviously made popular by guys like Eddie. I would not recommend it, and only a few people have the shoulder strength to be able to do that with extreme weights. I'd say probably the push press is the best way to go if you're a beginner. With the jerk, it's made popular by a couple of guys. Obviously, Misha Koklaev was a legend in the day with it, and more recently, Rob Kenny's very good. He's a very technical lifter with the split jerk. It's a very technical lift, it's very tough. Air of caution on that. I did the split jerk a lot when I was in the 105 class when I was younger, and you do drop on your head a couple of times, which is not really ideal. So with a push press, we've got into that lovely rack position. We're going to force our knees out as we dip down. The key is we force our knees out. We don't want them to drift forward. If your knees drift forward, the log will drift forward, okay? When it drifts forward, it means it drops down. We want to be keeping the log as high as possible on our chest. So knees are pushing out, okay? A small little dip out, it doesn't have to be a massive dip. And then from there we explode upwards, driving off the chest and pushing that log straight up. As soon as the log is above our head height, the head is coming through. Okay, we're pushing our head through and beneath the log and finishing the lift off with our triceps. Hugely important, guys, that you keep your head underneath the log. In competition, if you are looking to compete, the referee will want to see your head through and you're in a nice strong locked out position, your feet are together. So a more advanced way of lifting a log, and probably one that you'll see a lot of the competitors using if it's a speed event or if we're going for log for reps, is a one motion or a Viper press. This involves the same kind of setup to the log, everything's the same in terms of the grip and the stance. The only difference is after the lap, as you roll the log up your chest, it's one fluid motion, so the hips come through, it hits it hard, and then we're pushing straight off the chest above head, okay? It's the equivalent of a muscle snatch in weightlifting, but it's the version with the log. So you'll see the guys do it a couple of times on the TV, and obviously the more professionals. I wouldn't advise learning it to start off with if you're starting out, or if you're going for heavier weights for reps. It's more efficient for a lot of beginners just to start off with the clean and push press. Okay, so let's go through the checklist for the log, all right? So you're standing over it, you take your grip in a neutral position in the middle of the handles. Okay, straight arms on the pickup. We're going to stand up nice and tall with it in a deadlift position. Sink down into the lat position. Pull onto the log nice and tight into our sternum. Pull as hard as we can with our back. From there, stand up explosively, push the hips through, and at the same time punch the elbows through as we roll the log up to our chest. From there, for the push press begins, we're going to keep our knees pushing out with a small dip. And then as we drive up, our head comes through as we finish the lift off with our triceps. Hold for the down command. So that's my simple guide to log pressing. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and let me know in the comments what lifts, different lifts, could be weightlifting, could be powerlifting lifts, it could be strongman events. Let me know what you want to see more educational videos on.